Alright, so for anybody who knows me, you know that I am not the best when it comes to applying makeup. My sister taught me a few basic tips when I was about 15, and I've stuck with those basic tips for about since then. So, 23 now, and one of my New Year's resolutions was to try and wear makeup more often because I don't like to. So I thought I would look up a few basic tutorials on YouTube to see if they helped at all. Something I've been discovering, however, is that there is an underlying assumption of what basic makeup is, and I don't seem to have that basic knowledge. So some of them have been kind of funny, but I thought I'd watch a few today and see if we can actually pull one off. So let's see.
Which is for beginners, so I will be very step by step talking through this tutorial for you. This is just like the basics of the basics and just helping if you've never done makeup before to understand the steps to do to achieve this in literally 5 to 10 minutes. Like, it's the easiest makeup look ever, and it is so effective. And I will
Yeah, so I usually spend about like 2 minutes on my makeup, so already way below the bar here.
Very in-depth talking about the brushes that we use, the products that we use, and just to help you if you are new to makeup know exactly what to get for your first makeup kit, as well as little tips and tricks.
I have lots of makeup, so I'm not going to go buy more makeup. I'm going to use what I have. So hopefully this tutorial works with what I have.
Learn along the way to share with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you on board, and without further ado, let's jump into it. So I'm just going to show you absolutely everything from the very start, and the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a clean face. So make sure that you have your face and cleanse your face before applying makeup, because you don't want to be putting makeup over dirty skin. You can either moisturize, prime, or both, and this is the one that I love to use. This is the Smashbox Primerizer because it is a moisturizer and a primer in the one product.
Nope, don't got it.
Saves it from using two. Now, the reason you want to have fresh skin, prime skin before putting on makeup is you want to have a nice base for the makeup to sit on. So essentially, it's like when you paint a wall, you always prime it first. It's the same for your face, it's the same for painting a picture. You always want to make sure that the base underneath.
I never prime my canvas before I paint a picture. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
Smooth, so you'll get the best possible results, and it is very, very, very important. Over here right now, it's just I've got a new mirror, so it's a little bit. I'm just trying to do is just give this a shake beforehand, and then I'm just gonna pop one pump on my skin and just rub it over. So now my skin is primed. You can see it's a little bit glowy. It's got a little bit more hydration. So you can see with my skin, I actually do have quite a bit of acne. I've got some chilling up here
no,
at the
you're
front as
human.
well. I don't really understand my skin at the moment, but it's not behaving very well, so I like to use a full coverage foundation right now, just because it makes me feel a little bit more confident when everything is covered. So it's totally up to you if you want to go more natural, more kind of like full and crazy like I'm gonna do. But just as a comparison, if I was having more of an...
Alright, we're 3 minutes into this video and she hasn't put anything on yet, so we're gonna jump forward a little bit.
Use either or depending on what I'm doing and what I feel like. You do always want to make sure that you're starting from the middle of your face and then working to the outside instead of the outside and then inwards. It's just so much better.
People take amazing photos.
You actually like put the foundation on my
We're
face.
doing stuff now. Alright, this might sound like a stupid question, but what is the difference between concealer and foundation? She hasn't gone over that basic, and it's confusing me.
Like that. Some people put it on the back of their hand, some people put it on like a tray or something. I don't understand that personally because I find that wastes a lot of product. So I just slap it straight on my skin, and then as you can see with this beauty blender, I am just...
I don't have one of those. I have a brush. None of that.
Pressing it into my skin and then buff.
Alright, well, we'll see.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that everything is blended. So I'm going to get in all the little corners, like the corner of my eye, and my nose, everything, and make sure that it's covering the whole face. So as you can see, the foundation is now on, and at this point I like to grab a little
It's
bit.
not on. It's not on yet. I should probably get a mirror for this. She didn't do this, but that's what I always do. And she didn't really show what she did, so I'm just gonna dot it on there. And then
Concealer. This is the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, which I need right now because I hardly got any sleep last night. It was one of those nights I was tossing and turning and I was just like, ugh. So I need this right now. So when it comes to concealer, you probably see on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, you know, literally like concealer everywhere, all over the face. For me personally, I don't really contour that much, so what I like to do is grab a concealer which is about a shade or 2 shades lighter than my foundation. This one is actually quite a bit lighter, and I will just, almost in the form of a triangle, so I go across my eye, down my nose, and then kind of have that triangle there. I'll just apply that under my eyes. So
we're gonna skip that step.
I'm going to use that Beauty Blender once again, and I'm just going to go to the corner of my eye, and then back in, and then down, and then kind of blend this within the triangle that it is. You can't really see where it starts or where it finishes, and that is the number one rule with makeup. You do not want to see lines. Everything needs to be blended, needs to look natural. So the reason why I do that is I find
Looks pretty good.
concealer underneath my eyes makes a lot of difference in terms of making me look really awake. But
Hey, I put the concealer on first. Is that okay? I put the concealer on and then the foundation. Is that gonna ruin my face?
you can see I'm looking quite shiny right now. So as soon as I put on some concealer, I will grab a loose powder. Now you can use any kind of powder you want, and you pretty much achieve the same effect.
I don't have a powder. I have blush.
With a loose powder or a pressed powder like this. This was just from Primark, it's £4.
Already
super
failing.
cheap. And with vision, but for me, what I like to do is I grab a loose powder. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do. And I've done lots of things over time, but I find this gives me the best effect. So as you can see with the loose powder, I would just grab some more powder, maybe, you know, put it on my forehead. Now when it comes to eyebrows, there's normally 3 different products that you can all kind of achieve the exact same effect with. The first one is the one that I normally use, which I probably will not use for this video because it is a little bit difficult. It does take some practice.
Yeah, don't do that
This
one.
is a dip brow pomade. Now it looks very like bizarre, gross, and
Oh,
just
that's
dirty.
liquid.
But essentially I grab an eyebrow brush which looks like this. It's just a very flat brush with a
I have a small
spoolie
brush.
on the end, which is what you use to brush your eyebrows into place. And I will just dip that in here, and then I will just almost draw my eyebrow on. Now, but I suppose if you are a first timer, it's a little bit difficult. There's other options such as powders. My favorite powder is the Sleek Brow Kit. I just think it's the dark.
I have eyeshadow. I can do that.
Okay. What I started with actually was an eyebrow pencil. So you just use this to obviously go along and draw on the eyebrow. Now, if you do have quite full eyebrows and you don't really need much except maybe a bit of a tint, then I would definitely recommend something like the Benefit Gimme Brow. Just a little brush like that, which adds some dark fibers to your brow. So you're not like drawing your eyebrow on, but you are adding a little bit of darkness and depth and just tinting it temporarily so it looks dark and nice. So I'm going to use this powder here from the Sleek Makeup Brow Kit. I'm going to be using an eyebrow brush with this too. So I will actually zoom you in because it'll be a lot easier for you to see what I'm doing. Woo. Now you can see my eye nice and close. So what I like to do is with my eyebrow brush, I will follow the natural shape of my brows. Just like that. And then I won't go like too far over how it is, and you can already see it's starting to like take the shape really well. And I do have an eyebrow routine which is more in depth. That will be in a card on the screen if you'd like to click on that and then come back to this video. But for this, I'm just going to show you very quickly. Start with a very small amount with a light hand.
Can't tell the difference.
And then add as I go. To brows are now on, and what I like to do at this point in time is grab a brow gel. This is just something which will keep my brows into place, because there's nothing worse than like one eyebrow hair being up and down and all over the place.
There's nothing worse. Nothing worse than that. Oh, it's terrible.
And it's just a bit like, can you not? So this just makes it so that my hairs won't move, because I find that if my hairs are like up, down, everywhere, it's very obvious that my eyebrows are filled in. I like to bronze at this point, and I find that bronzing makes such a difference. When it comes...
I don't have that either.
How many times can I say the same word? I don't understand.
What do you do if you're pale? If I put bronzer on, my face is gonna look bronzed, and the rest of me is not. You're a nice darker color that works for you. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that step is not for pale people. I'm gonna interject and do my own little color addition, which is usually pink because I just removed all the color from my face. So I'm gonna add some blush while she puts her bronzer on, because that's the equivalent for me.
At this point, I will add some mascara. Now, it's a little bit overwhelming.
You didn't even put any eyeshadow on.
For mascara, because there seems like there's 5 million different types, and there really is 5 million different types. You've just got to try and see what works for you. There's some with like really, really, really big...
I buy the cheap stuff. Does that work?
Fat ones. Like this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and that is quite a big fat wand. And then you can have other ones which are a lot smaller, like that. And anyone else who's never done makeup before, you might be like, they look the same to me, but
Yeah.
there's a difference, trust me. Now, I would say for a beginner, my top 2 mascaras, which would be so good for you. Number 1 would be the...
I already got mine.
This would be the It Cosmetics
Don't sales
Superhero
pitch me.
Mascara. This one is nice and thin, super easy to
I already have
good.
it.
I'm going to use the roller lash today on my lashes, and I will zoom you in and I'll show you. So when it does come to mascara, there is a certain way to apply it which will give you the best possible outcome. I've noticed in the past, like my nana and my mum, they would just use their mascara like this, where they just go like that
That's
constantly. Now, that would take a long time for any product to transfer, in my opinion. What I do is I blink onto the mascara wand. So I'll pop it in my eye here, and then I'll blink
Don't pop it in your eye. That will hurt.
down, and that covers as much of my lash as possible, and you can see just from that how much went on my eye.
You gotta do the mouth thing.
People take museum quality photos of things every day. Like grapefruits. We invented the ever popular...
Another really good tip to get right in there is to wiggle upwards as you go. So if you blink, wiggle the brush, and then go up,
This is
it
complicated.
will give that really, really up high lash effect.
Especially when
And
you
then
don't
I will
have a mirror.
adjust again.
Hold on. I'm gonna go get a mirror and do this. Alright.
Make sure that all my lashes are coated,
Got it.
just like that. And it's totally your choice if you want to do your bottom lashes as well. I normally do only the very outside, and I just really, really, really lightly do it. Just like that. The next part is something that I love doing. Once I started doing it, I couldn't stop, because it just gives your skin the healthiest glow and just looks fantastic, and that is to highlight. Now we're going to do this very lightly, so we're not going to go like super overboard or anything like that. I'm just going to grab a highlighter. So this is by a brand called Alba.
Wait, I got a highlighter. Highlighter.
This is called the Euphoric Strobe Light. You can use any highlight that you like. I'm just going to grab
Wrong kind of
a
highlighter.
little brush like this. What I'm going to do is just have my brush in it, and then
I don't have a highlighter, but it looks really similar to the color I have on my eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna just do that and and see if it works. If not, that's why they have makeup remover. I wonder if I need a mirror for this one too.
Tap off the excess, and then you want to feel the highest point of your cheekbone, and you can see naturally
I don't have cheekbones.
So that's where I'm going to focus the highlight on. So I'm going to be super, super, super light with my hands, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this strobe light onto my cheekbone. And you can see it just gives that really, really, really healthy glow, and I'm not going to drag it all.
Oh, I do have a highlighter. I think. Dandelion Twinkle? Is that what that is? Yeah, it is. Ha! Gotta shake off the excess.
Way up and down, I'm literally just dabbing it here, and that's it. So again, over here, just top of my cheekbone, just adding a little bit more as I go. Then with any excess that's left on my brush, I will just pop a little bit on my cupid's bow there. And then just down my nose. This gives the illusion that my nose is straight. So I'll just add a little bit down there, and then finally...
Your nose is straight. Most people's noses are straight. Unless it's really broken, in which case, no one is gonna... That's not gonna make it look straight.
Tiny bit underneath my eyebrows. So as we're keeping it quite natural, we're going to keep the lips quite natural too. You can do anything like just a lip liner and some Vaseline or some lip gloss, lip balm, whatever. I'm just going to grab a lip liner which is the same colour as my lip, and not to overdraw too much, but just to add some nice shape. I'm just going to fill in the shape of my lips. So lipsticks basically come down to stuff like this. So you can have a liquid lipstick, which looks like that, and you just pop it on your lips. I find, for me personally, I always use liquid lipsticks. They last through eating and drinking and everything, and last the longest. They can feel a little bit dry and uncomfortable at the beginning, but make sure that you get one with a really good formula, and then you won't have that. And it's normally kiss-proof. Just putting that in there in case you need to know that. There's nothing worse than wearing lipstick.
Yeah, we don't do that.
And then kissing someone and it's on them, it's off you, and it's all just a little...
See, here's the funny part is that, like, I only put lipstick on so that I can harass my husband by kissing him and putting it on him. And he doesn't think it's very funny, but I think it's hilarious.
Embarrassing. So, however, I kind of feel like as a beginner, I would prefer to use a lipstick. This one's by MAC. It's Velvet Teddy. It's like my favorite lipstick of all time. I used to wear this all the time when I started to wear makeup.
Okay.
So we're just going to pop this on our lips, again, just following the shape of where we put the lip liner.
I didn't do that.
And that is our makeup complete. So if I wasn't talking through this would normally take me about 5 to 10 minutes. It wouldn't take that long at all. So this is the kind of makeup that I would say is like your features but enhanced.
I'm really nervous because I feel like the things that I usually do, oh man. I would usually put eyeshadow on because I feel like my face kind of needs it, but that seemed really easy, except that I didn't have half the things that she needed, or that I was supposed to have, so maybe I should try again and get more stuff. But anyway, that's me trying to figure out and follow a tutorial for makeup. It doesn't look too bad, but basically it's just mascara and eyebrows and lipstick, which is not, I guess it's a natural look.